Pardon my intrusion, Your Radiance, but... Oh, not again. Come away. I said, come away from the window. This is the third time this month I've had to rescue you from breaking your foolish neck. I don't care if you're half squirrel. I told you it is unsafe for you to climb down that tree. Do you have any idea what would happen if you so much as twisted your ankle? No, I will not spare you the lecture, for clearly you are in need of it. I just stumbled upon your maidservant, sound asleep in the pantry. She told me that all she did was drink the tea you offered her before rushing off to find you more snacks. She was lucky it was I who found her. Do you think the steward would have shown her an ounce of sympathy? You are so obsessed with stealing a few hours' freedom that you fail to realize how these whims of yours affect other people. Do you think that poor girl wishes to spend all day cooped up in here with you so you don't escape again? Or that she's allowed to refuse the drugged tea you give her? She's doing her best to do well by you, Your Radiance. We all are. You would do well to remember that. You are the king's consort. He will not always find your willfulness amusing. Every time you do this, you run the risk of falling out of favor. I don't need to spell out why that would be a terrible thing for everyone, do I? I am well aware that you did not ask for any of this. But that does not change the fact that this is your duty. The king arrives in a week's time, and the entire estate is in an uproar preparing for him. We do not have time for your games. If you want more freedoms for yourself, you will have to earn them, Your Radiance. Until you can convince me you can behave in a manner befitting your station, you will not wander unescorted. You will no longer be allowed sleeping tonics, and I will be keeping watch over you instead of your maidservant. Rage all you like, but I swore an oath that I would die for your ungrateful ass if necessary. Watching you sulk is easy. Is that Our Majesty's birthday present, there, on your nightstand? It's pretty. Perhaps you should consider finishing it. You'd rather die. Awfully dramatic of you. I know you bear no love for the man, but it's only a kerchief. Come now. Surely you wouldn't want to leave such a lovely token unfinished. Suit yourself. You still have a week. My brother would have given his left leg to be in your place. Oh, aye. He was a wizard with needle and thread, even as a young boy. He made a good living for a few years embroidering book covers. He was especially fond of doing angels. He made their wings so colourful. The plague stopped him, along with my mother and father. The only reason you're stuck looking at my ugly mug is because our king's father had me stationed miles away in Yorkshire fighting rebels. God's teeth. You're awkward with apologies. Don't bother. It does me no harm to speak of it. I can't understand why it vexes you so much to be here. Sure, it's not what you wanted, but it's an easy life. A comfortable life. You're safe here. You have the run of an entire estate. You sleep in silk sheets. You dine on roasted chicken and lemon cakes. You don't have to break your back mining salt or working in some field. Now, where did you hear a thing like that? You should be careful where you eavesdrop, Your Radiance. Men can be dangerous when they're in their cups. I'm aware of how the other knights talk. Oh, look at Sir Mallory babysitting the king's little tidbit. Isn't it a shame he took that arrow to the knee and can't fight for God and country any longer? There's a certain humiliation in being the favorite, isn't there? I would not have chosen to serve in this way, no. It was not what I imagined when I took my oaths. I always knew I was made for rougher work. There are others in my company who were injured far worse than I, and they never received a glittering ring or a soft post for it. You wanted to be a troubadour, Well, go on then. Play us a tune. Oh, you are good. We had a harpist in our village when I was young. He didn't play half as well as you, though. Sang like a dying cat and all. Ugh. We all breathed a sigh of relief when he finally left us to find his fortune elsewhere. I suppose Our Majesty took one look at you and fell in love with your pretty hands instead of your talent, didn't he? Poor little caged bird. It's no wonder you bristle under his attention. I would too, if I were a theatrical creature like you. I think I understand now why living here feels like a gilded hell, as you so vividly put it. You're such a willful thing. It must be maddening having your every decision altered to fit someone else's whims. I still would not shirk my duties. You provide comfort and companionship to our king. Show some patience. Delight him. And you could still make things go your way. Imagine the songs you could write. He's not a difficult man to flatter. He thrives on it, even. Not like his father at all, that one. You know, we've hardly spoken to one another beyond our initial introductions. I never pictured myself comprehending someone like you. But I do. We're more alike than I imagined. Life needn't hurt as much as you're making it hurt, though. There's no need for all this sneaking. Aye. If you wanted to go to the market, all you needed to do was ask me. Of course. You're in my keeping. That doesn't make you my prisoner. I only said you weren't allowed to walk unaccompanied. Treat me kindly, and I'll treat you kindly. That wasn't an innuendo. But since you're asking, promise me you'll apologize to your maidservant and have your kerchief prettied up by the week's end, and I should be delighted to stretch my legs a bit. Do we have an accord? You don't have to make a face like you're swallowing medicine when you say it. All right then. Let's get out of here. I'm dying for an eel pie. Another jewellery store, Your Radiance. You'll jingle all the way to court at the rate you're going. Then I'll make music wherever I go. Even when you're being a smartass, you sound like you're composing lyrics. Well spoken. Aye, a true poet you are. You still won't convince me that your silks and cosmetics and jewels are anything like armour, though. The state of a knight's horse, weapons and gear can mean the difference between life and death. Well, it actually sounds reasonable when you put it that way. I wouldn't know the first thing about dressing to flatter myself, let alone catch and keep someone's eye. And it is Our Majesty's birthday. Oh, don't let the priest catch you saying that, though. Once you get him started, he'll never shut up about how your soul will fall into hell like a bag of ripe fruit and demons will pluck your eyebrows for your shameless vanity. I suppose it can't be much worse than having to actually pluck your eyebrows. Ugh. Can't believe the king makes you do that. Oh, Lord. You and Daniel would make a sparkly pair. He was my best mate in training. We went through everything together. Brawls, revolts, mercenary work, hell, once we even brought down a dragon. No, don't look impressed. It was just a little one, and it still took the entire company to kill the bloody thing. Whoreson nearly singed my beard away. Any road, Dan shone best when he was in the tourneys. He was passing fair with a spear or an axe, but if you put him on a horse and gave him a lance, unstoppable. You might have heard of him, come to think. Sir Daniel the Bear of Winchester, ring a bell? 250 jousts, never unhorsed once. Left reigning champion Sir Walter the Black sitting in the dust, weeping for his mam. You have no idea what I'm on about, do you? Well, Dan was brilliant. That's all you need to know. He even had an illustrated chronicle done up just of his jousting work. And the reason he was so good was because he was greedier for fripperies than anyone I ever met in my fucking life. That man was hungry for anything gold, anything studded with jewels, but only if he won it fair and square off someone else. Aye. You might give Dan a run for his coin, though, with that haul you have there. God's bones. You could pay a month of my wages with just one of those little bangles. Anyway, that poor bastard had to retire last year. At his last tourney, he just had to wear the fancy plating, just had to show off. I told him, Dan, that gilded shit's gonna crumple the second that lance hits your shoulder. He wouldn't listen. Ended up taking it in the chest. Still stayed on his fucking horse, but only just barely. The healer got a look at him and said he had 6 broken ribs and a collapsed lung. Took him weeks to recover. Last I spoke with him, he said jousting just wasn't fun after that. I think maybe he was embarrassed, or maybe he felt like he'd finally stored up enough tokens and trophies for his magpie nest. Who knows? He still does all right for himself. Lives in a posh little estate near Norwich, happy as a pig in shit. I still miss the fancy son of a bitch sometimes. None of the knights here know me from Adam. They're not exactly sociable sorts. Oh, maybe it's just my stunning personality. Leaves them speechless. Hey, leave off. I have to protect you with that arm. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed my little story, Your Radiance. Now you tell me one while I walk you home. You said before that you performed in taverns and weddings and festivals and all sorts of places before our Highness snatched you up. Surely you've met some interesting folk. Oh, I haven't had occasion to attend a feast day of St. John's since I were a lad. Lovely bonfires. You know the 29 lovers of tireless Lady Alison. Oh, I knew you were good company. Have they finished touching up your costume, Your Radiance? Am I allowed to turn around yet? This has already taken all bloody morning. It'll be His Majesty's next birthday at the rate we're going. I'm not nervous. I just want things to get started. The sooner they do, the sooner I can get to work. In the meantime, I just feel like such an utter wazzock dressed like this. Oh, you would think it makes me look dashing. No, I resemble a green fucking giant in this fucking thing. Yeah, fuck. It's not even comfortable. Anyone who shows up looking to make trouble is going to take one look at me and fall over laughing. I suppose that is one way of stopping them, But, God's teeth. Why must they dress us in green? Who's in charge of such decisions? I just want to have a little chat with them. Nice and friendly, I swear. Why not red? Been told I cut a fine figure in red. I spoke to your maidservant the other day. She told me you gave her a marzipan cake with your apology. That was kind of you. I trust you finished our king's birthday gift on time as well. Oh, Brill. Mind if I have a look, since I can't look at you yet? Oh, well, this is lovely. I knew you could do it. You can hate it all you like, love. Doesn't make it any less gorgeous. Oh, my brother would have loved this. He'd probably talk your ear off for the next 10 day about what you did with the filigree border, or the shapes of the little fruit trees. If His Majesty doesn't appreciate this, I'll eat my boots. I can turn around then. You're presentable. Oh, finally. I forgot to breathe. Mother of God. You're a vision. Yeah. That is to say, white and gold certainly are your colours. Sounds, even the antlers suit you. You're like a creature out of a fairy tale. It's a shame you'll have to go traipsing through the forest soon. Hey, you won't be alone, okay? I'll always be close by. Let's go through your instructions one more time. Run along the creek, far enough ahead to tease the hornblowers and the idiots dressed up as hunting hounds, but not too far. When you reach the boulder, climb on top and give our Highness an easy target. He has 3 doctored arrows in his quiver. When one hits you, you'll feel the impact, but the shafts have little sand-filled bags tied on the ends. They shouldn't hurt you or damage your attire. If our king is so drunk that he manages to miss you all 3 times, I simply fall over and sprawl upon the ground as if his shot were true. I'm sure you'll be able to make it convincing. Then he'll collect you and carry you back to the estate, and that will mark the end of the hunt. Feeling ready? Aye. And let's get this over with.
An attack! Protect the king!
On your back now, strumpet. Don't fucking touch him. Are you all right? I swear if he hurt you, I'll kill him again. Oh, fuck. Oh, we can't do this. You're his, you're the king's. We can't do this. Get back to the others. I'll meet you at the estate as soon as I can. Your radiance. I've brought wine. I'm sure you need it. Our king is unharmed, aside from the fact that he tried to put away 3 whole wineskins by himself before the hunt began. He sleeps in his chambers. No one was hurt. Well, no one who counted, thank God. Me? You're worried about me? Nay, you barely landed a hit. My knee aches like a bastard from all the tumbling. But when does it not? Aye, all the guests are all right. There were 5 attackers slain, including the bastard I pulled off you. No. Your services to the king won't be necessary this evening. And I've been instructed to watch you all night.